Good morning, everyone. My name is Peter, and my pronouns are he and they. I am thrilled this morning to be one of your service readers. Let us begin our service. Our opening words today come from Alex Bryanson. We gather this morning to share a particular kind of community, a community of faith in which each of us is free to quest for our own ways of being, both spiritual and religious. We gather this morning to think about how we have done this until now and how we might do this from now. We are none of us the same as we were 20 years ago or even last week. We are none of us the same as we shall be in 5 weeks or 10 years. As the paths of our lives cover new terrain, may we find helpful new thinkers, concepts, and understandings of spirit, or of the highest good in life, and new ways to interpret those we have loved long and hard. And may we be open to the voice of wisdom, wherever and however we find it. Today, our service is led by the members that make up the Committee on Shared Ministry, or COSM. We are tasked with the responsibility of tending to the life of the congregation. One of the ways we do this is by holding our main covenant. We do not alone create the sacred promise. We instead uplift it and act as its chief stewards, making sure it is both relevant, impactful, and usable. This does not mean we alone steward this living agreement. No, I believe it must be alive in the everyday relations between members and span across the whole of our congregational life. It is no good if it is all but dead, sitting on some shelf, never used, never thought of, or nor fulfilled in its mission. In the same way, it is not some cudgel or blade meant to harm or browbeat another. It is a sacred and living trust, a promise that we can love alike, even if we not always think alike. We honor and celebrate this morning and every day how Indigenous peoples continue to use covenantal relations as a way of ordering life and living into a balance that is both circular and reciprocal. This reciprocity occurred between both peoples, families, and nations. Each Sunday, we name our local First Nations as a way of keeping alive our commitment to reconciliation. The Blackfoot Confederacy, Siksika-Sitapi, Tsuut'ina, and the Ahani Nakota, Stoney Nakoda, all signed Treaty 7 as a nation-to-nation framework. As the Métis blended together traditions, both French and Indigenous, we learn but do not copy the same principle. May our actions live into this balance with earth, the creatures of the land, water, and sky, and all First Peoples that still care for this land, Mohkinstsis, Calgary.
The teal hymnal, the words will be on the slides. Please join Euphonia and stand and sing if you are willing and able.
Good morning. My name's Rebecca, and I'm just delighted to be here. And I'll start with our chalice lighting. What do we seek from this church? What is it that we want? How do we plan to get it? How will we know when we've got it? Dwelling on these questions can elicit any number of emotions, from a nervous breath to a hopeful, murmured reply, to joyous, strained cries. We act in justice, respond in love, and always stand firm in our commitment to carry this light forward. For the youth and children of today, we honor our inner light and carefully tend the sacred ground. May we be wise and faithful stewards of this building and this congregation, ensuring that it continues to inspire, to challenge, and to develop the next generation. We light our chalice this morning to help guide our way toward that imagined place, another holy beginning that too will ask the same questions of today. Those words were written by Peter Campbell and inspired by the words of Adam Slate. And now I invite Rachel. I invite Rachel forward.
Good morning. Sunday mornings are my favorite because I have this wonderful audience that's just captive to the worst joke I can find. So I hope you'll be very unimpressed with today's offering. Why are elevator jokes the best? Because they work on so many levels. My name is Rachel Smith. I'm the Director of Religious Education here at Calgary Unitarians. And today, I have a story. I've been going through the principles with the kids downstairs in very kid-friendly language, and today we're talking about our third one, which is learning to work together. And last Sunday, I also had the wonderful honor to sit with a number of folks as we had a book discussion, how to talk so little kids can listen. And one tool out of the book that always sticks with me is enter their world. And so I've chosen a book by Tiffany Hammond. She is the voice behind the popular Fidgets and Fries online platform, which I have up there if you want to find her on social media. She's a wonderful voice. She's an autistic mother, advocate, storyteller. She uses her personal experiences with autism and parenting two autistic boys to guide others on their journey. She's got a master's in developmental psychology. She spends her time teaching, coaching, and mentoring others in disability justice issues. And her activism is rooted in challenging the current perception of autism as a lifelong burden. She works to cultivate a community that explores the concept of intersectionality and inspiring thought leaders through storytelling, education, and critical discourse. And one thing I just absolutely love about her is she doesn't give you anything in a concise way. She rambles on exactly how my heart tries to rein it in for all of you and get a point across. But if you would like some beautiful, eloquent words on so many different parts of life, check her out. Today I bring you her book, A Day with No Words, which her family are the characters in the book. It's illustrated by Kate Cosgrove. All right, we can have the first page now. Early morning chases a long night. Mama pulls the curtains back to welcome the sunlight. My eyes squeeze shut. I'm not ready to get up, but I open my eyes. I reach for my tablet, look at the screen, tap yes on the app. My thoughts are now seen. I am surrounded by voices chattering away. It seems as if Everyone has so much to say. Some people have big voices that feel like storms in my head. They thrash and they scream. Others have voices that are soft and smooth like freshly whipped cream. Like water, Mama's voice dances around, bobbing up and down as it leaves her throat, much like the waves that carry a boat. Daddy's voice is like air, soft as a summer breeze that kisses my cheek, strong as the winds of hurricanes that abandon ships at sea. I hear all these people around me, diverse and unique. I hear them all, but they do not hear me. I do not speak. I was born like this, no voice from my lips. I am autistic. I use a tablet to be heard, pushing buttons with pictures that speak my words. Mama taps. Park, now, no, crowd. I love the park and quickly tap, yes, with no crowd, I'll feel less stressed. Mama knew this, she always knows when I feel comfortable and when my anxiety grows. I do things that many people do not understand. I like to stare through the parted fingers of my right hand. I comfort the trees with hugs when the sun disappears. I like to spin barefoot on soft grass after the rain clears. There are some kids at the park with their mamas nearby. The clouds are still gray because the sky has just cried. They all turn to look at me as I jump and flap. One mother sneers, "That boy is handicapped." Mama inhales deeply. Her brows crease. She closes her eyes. Deep breath, release. Mama types quickly, her fingers a blur. The tablet she holds says her words. My son does not speak, but his ears are just fine. The words that you say go straight to his mind. Then Mama turns to me with a smile and taps on her screen. Wet, grass, soft, spin. Shoes, socks off, bare skin. And I twirl in damp grass until I can no longer stand. I tap all done. Mama smiles, takes my hand. Mama turns on her tablet, looks at the cashier, smiles and then types, small fries, root beer. It takes him a moment, but then he pushes the buttons too. Mama looks down at me. Your turn, you choose. I tap my tablet quickly. I don't need time to decide. Chicken nuggets, orange soda, a large side of fries. And to follow, I would just like to read a little bit of the author's note as she's written about her book with her family. Every button on Aiden's device is an image associated with a word, and the word is spoken each time he presses a button. Aiden understands this and uses words, yet he didn't use his voice to speak words, so why did I choose this title? Too many assume that because Aiden cannot speak words, he must not know words. People associate words with vocalized speech. I've gotten questions like, does Aiden not know words? Can he understand my words? So Aiden doesn't use words to communicate? And what's interesting is that humans are constantly using nonverbal communication through facial expressions, hand gestures, touch, and the written word. So effectively, this book is a form of communication. When you read the words on its pages, you received my message without ever hearing my voice. And Kate shared so much with you through her beautiful illustrations. I'm sure you've heard the expression, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Thank you so much. Now I would invite you to sing me and the children down. Thank you so much.
We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. We are to be at peace as you go, to nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go.
We welcome and honor your authentic engagement with this service and with this community. One way we can give back is through our time, talents, and presence. Another is by giving financially to this church and its ministries. Either way, we welcome your support and acknowledgement that each of you are enriching the soil from which this community grows. A place that provides enrichment to our individual spiritual paths and collective joys through sharing rituals and annual events. In a moment, the ushers will pass the basket. The world's wisdom traditions remind us that in giving, we are also receiving. But both in how we sustain and grow a wider community and in how we then also contribute to the longevity of this congregation. By showing up here this morning, you are making our community blossom in diversity and grow in possibility. This month, our For Others offering goes to Brown Bagging for Calgary's Kids, an organization that provides food security for close to 8,000 youth and families across the city. If you'd like your gift to go to our For Others, simply note that on the memo line of your envelope that's in the back of the chair, or your e-transfer. But if you're visiting for the first time, please don't feel pressured to give. Your presence truly is gift enough. Once the basket has passed you by, you're invited to come forward and light a candle in one of our sconces on the side, or to drop a pebble in the communal bowl of water for any joys or sorrows on your mind. If you're lighting a candle, it helps those coming after you if you start with the bottom, or the top. That way they won't burn themselves. Oh, and now we take the offering, not because the universe demands exact change, but because generosity sustains this church, its ministries, and the wider world we serve. The gifts of the congregation will now most gratefully be received. Spirit of life, you who animate the universe, help us to remember the gift that is human life. With our consciousness and senses, we can touch, taste, see, and feel so much that is good and alluring and enticing. We give thanks this day to the joy of connection. May these four walls contain a community known by the way we act towards each other, by the ties that bind us, and not the differences that divide us. Even still, Spirit of life, some of us here today may be thinking of concerns more than joys, of loss rather than enjoyment. For those of us, we ask for healing and restoration. For the rest of us, we pledge our aid. This week, our thoughts go out to Mitch, who's lost his sister, Jillian, who passed away in Albuquerque this past week. She will be missed. We're also hoping for the good recovery of our beloved Walter MacDonald White Bear, an Indigenous musician who suffered a brain aneurysm last weekend and is in intensive care. If you're interested in contributing to a GoFundMe campaign to support him and his family during this difficult time, please speak to Marcia. Just as cares arise, so shall they pass. Just as grief pains, new joy beckons. In this give and take, we humbly ask for another chance to do better by our siblings in the Spirit. As shown in our fourth source of faith, may we see each other as members of the same body, parts of one whole. Spirit of life, may we remember that life is a dance, and may we ensure that we move to the rhythm divine. Neighbors that sway and swirl in a grace divine. We light this third candle for the promise of change that is invited by the actions of welcome, done today and every day after. Strangers no longer, we are together transformed into one holy and indivisible community.
Tell me, why do I take every day for granted? Why do I withhold my thanks for everything? Each time I reflect, another seed gets planted. That's when I remember to say, oh, remember to say, oh, my spirit is, my soul is, my heart is growing, gratitude, grateful in gladness, grateful in sadness, my every need provided for. My cup runneth over. Like a fountain, like a river, like an ocean, overflowing. Like a river, like an ocean, overflowing. Like a river, like an ocean. My spirit is overflowing. Like a fountain, like a river. My soul is like a fountain, like a river, like an ocean. My heart is like a fountain, like a river, overflowing. My every need, provided for. My cup runneth over. My cup runneth over. My cup runneth
Good morning again. I have to say, I rarely get to sit in front for various reasons, and so to have that in the front row seat, oh, so good. I'm stirred. My name is Rebecca. I'm a member of COSM. I was invited to COSM last year. And my family's been attending Calgary Unitarians. This will be our 16th Flower Communion coming up this year. So I'm coming up on decades, which makes me feel ancient. But yeah, so throughout the year, COSM, Committee on Shared Ministry, is tasked as an ear to our minister and to our congregation, and with the general topic of reflecting on the health of the congregation. This work, these conversations, are grounded in our now 8 principles and sources, and they echo through our shared values hopefully captured in our Right Relations Covenant. And today I'll be speaking to one of the 4 pillars of that covenant. As we navigate the church year and the world around us, I'm reminded that we, Unitarian Universalists, are a relational people. I'm relational. Every voice matters as it echoes through what I feel is a beloved web. It's community, but it's so much more than just flat. Covenant as a practice here can feel specific, can feel very rooted in our rituals. I think of joys and concerns as almost a covenantal practice at times. And yet, as a covenantal faith, it's more than just a certain thing we do in a certain place. This thinking of covenant becomes then a practice of my everyday faith, as a means of bringing a promise of who I am and how I want to be better with me. As I mentioned, our Right Relations Covenant has 4 pillars. These pillars represent how we agree to come together. Often unspoken, sometimes forgotten, our covenant is an agreement between us, describing how we will be. And those pillared principles participate with trust and commitment, communicate directly and honestly, express appreciation and encouragement, and show each other respect. Those are the 4 pillars we will be speaking to. And as I've been reflecting on those pillars and on our Right Relations Covenant over the course of the year, I am reminded that we are the beloved community we seek. We talk about finding it in others, but we are it for others as well. We are living and breathing, and we require tending. And so that tending then comes back to how we're holding each other. While my COSM compatriots will speak to the other pillars, my focus is on trust and commitment. This pillar calls us to trust each other, to give the benefit of the doubt when interpreting each other's actions and motivations. And when those best of intentions aren't the best for everyone, this pillar reminds us that trust and commitment requires admitting mistakes, accepting failures, interpersonal foibles, and practicing forgiveness. As theoretical as being one's best self feels, and it does feel theoretical, practicing trust and commitment is often the practical matter of making realistic commitments, being clear when accepting tasks, and practicing the sacred no when you need to. It's okay to know your own limits. With that commitment, hopefully comes the trust to fuel the choices to stay when things get tough and when things get sticky. Through those trying times, trust that we can compromise, that we can figure it out, and that when things kind of crack, we can count on a plan B. So part of trust and commitment is being open to reimagining. With that, practicing my faith reminds me to practice that sense of covenant, that trust, commitment, but also letting go of some of the control that can fuel how we weaponize both trust and commitment. Covenant is reciprocal in both principle and practice. In the right moment, I know there's effort, I know there's energy, I can feel it with the people that I'm in my web with. The act of giving both opens my heart, but it also helps someone else open their headspace. It is a give and take. And so by putting my actions out there, I am creating a space where I can then receive someone else's good intention. Trusting is a matter of putting yourself out there, of putting faith in others and in the wider web. Trust takes effort, and practicing covenant is an active exercise. I hope it's not just something that we think about here, and then as we go off into the world, shrug it off. Because I like the idea of manifesting. I like the idea of the abstract of trust and commitment and all these big words really are bricks in a bridge, and I'm building that bridge somewhere. This is how we are currently building community and being in relationship. It's not something that starts now, it's something that's already happening. That trust looks like making promises we can keep and showing up for our best selves and continuing, when we fail, to try again. So on that note, I will invite Peter up for their reflection.
When I first contemplated how to talk about direct and honest communication, I kept coming back to the idea of how to use our voice in a way that keeps covenant. I thought about how to use it both wisely and appropriately, and more to the point, what does that even mean? It sounded so airy and imprecise. One idea kept poking at me. It was the idea of shalom. Going beyond a simple definition of just peace, there are 5 distinct variations of shalom, and it is used 550 times in the Christian Bible alone. In one form, it can mean the perfection of creation. In another form, Lisa Sharon Harper writes that it is used as a greeting that wishes right relationships in the community for the recipient of that blessing. In a book aptly titled Peace, Walter Brueggemann writes that covenantal choices, that is to say, choices for the other, necessarily mean that they are made in the midst of enormous pressures, forces that arise from human need and self-interest. To resolve to make these kinds of choices means recognizing and wrestling with the dynamic that is historical context. Brueggemann goes on to suggest that honest and direct communication is on one side of an otherwise larger triangle. It exists in tension with authority and tradition, the ways things have been in the best of situations, the good governance of groupings like this church. Be it a smaller group or us as a whole congregation on Sundays, Brueggemann argues that there is an inherent tension. It lies between order, which is itself necessary, and vision, which too matters greatly. To only have one is to risk losing the benefits of the other, namely that they are each reactions to a third major grouping. That is those who are not even in dialogue between these two forces. The powerless, the marginalized, the outsider. Those out there, and yes, those in here today and every Sunday morning. Those that are looking for shalom, for covenant, and for its potential to restore balance to their lives. And being a potential outlet for the human spirit, we as a faith community arguably need both order and vision, a set of guiding principles and the willingness to try differently, to be challenged. If those with vision feel they can speak boldly and constructively, especially in those moments and situations when the door to the outsider is closed or otherwise impeded, then it follows that we can only grow in our mission of welcome. Peace will multiply not because we fear some chaos, that only serves to support an already established order. Norms which persist through the tight clinging onto of past ideas now calcify into present comforts. In its place, we can instead open ourselves to be humble, to acknowledge and learn from our mistakes. If done well, visionaries will feel they have the grace and permission space to speak up as an outsider, knowing that if they too slip up, covenant is there to hold themselves and the ordered structure in loving grace. In this way, balance is achieved not through avoiding dialogue, but by directly engaging it, facing it head on.
We're going to sing now hymn number 354 from the Gray Hymn Book. The words will be up on the screen. I believe we're doing the first 3 verses today. Please join us in body or in spirit.
Great to sing in the choir. So my topic for one of the my pillar for the 4 pillars of right relationship is to provide some words, some thoughts on expressing encouragement and appreciation. So most of us think that encouragement is gently pushing someone to do their best while being supportive and understanding. But I think that showing encouragement and appreciation is more than just polite behavior. It's a profound and transformative act that builds stronger relationships, fosters resilience, and boosts personal well-being. It's a conscious choice to focus on the positive, recognizing the value in others and in our own lives, which can transform ordinary opportunities into blessings. Ordinary opportunities into blessings. So how can we show appreciation? I think there are, we're an appreciative crowd, right? We encourage others and we show our appreciation when other people do things that help us. So some ideas are to be specific about what you're appreciating. Be genuine. Instead of a generic thanks, describe exactly what you appreciate about a person's actions or qualities. Another one is to use handwritten notes. Doesn't happen so much anymore. In a digital age, a tangible handwritten note carries special significance. Practice active listening. That means that when you're listening to someone, you are fully there. Not partly on your shopping list or partly on what's going on with your youngest granddaughter, but you are fully listening and fully there. Sometimes the best way to show someone they are valued is to give them your full attention without judgment. Public recognition, acknowledge, and this is really important, and I think it's something that we could do a little bit more of. Acknowledging someone's contribution in front of others. And that's pretty important. Some people say, oh, well, I don't know. So it's the same people who say, I don't want a birthday party. Don't ever give me a surprise party. But showing others that you appreciate what they're doing by acknowledging them in front of their peers, a group of their peers, is pretty important when it comes to boosting self-esteem. Anyway, it's important to remind ourselves that also that we too need encouragement. It's not our job only to encourage others, but it's our job to encourage ourselves. This same kindness we showed to others should be shown to yourself, reflecting on your own journey, acknowledging your growth, and celebrating your achievements, no matter how small. That's essential for self-compassion and for mental health. And I'm going to quote, I didn't bring any Madeleines to share, sorry, but I'm going to quote Marcel Proust. Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. End of quote. By making encouragement and appreciation a daily, intentional practice, we create a more supportive and just, joyful world. And now I'd like to welcome Michael up to give his reflection.
Respect. Respecting one another. When you hear the word respect, where does your mind go? Respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. That's right. The great philosopher, Aretha Franklin. Now, I tried, but I could not get Aretha's lyrics to have anything to do with Unitarian Universalist concept of respect, which is too bad because I really wanted to sing it today. But I could really give Tanya and Brett a run for their money. But I won't. I'll just have to talk to you today. Whoa, this moves. Respect sits at the heart of Unitarian Universalism, its covenant of right relations, shaping how all of us as individuals and we as a larger community commit to living faithfully together. In the UU tradition, respect goes beyond just politeness. It's an active recognition of the inherent worth and dignity of every person. The covenant of right relations calls us to engage with one another with openness, care, and accountability, even and especially when differences arise. Respect within our covenant means listening deeply and honestly, which is what Brandis had just mentioned, and valuing diverse experiences, beliefs, and identities. And since Unitarian Universalism isn't doctrine-based, respectful relationships become the glue that holds our community together. Members, all of us, are asked to speak with integrity, remain mindful of how their words and actions affect others, and assume good intentions. I'm going to say that again. Assume good intentions. So often we are so quick to take offense, and so often no offense is intended. Maintaining respect in these moments can avoid so much conflict. Importantly, respect in the covenant of right relations also includes responsibility. It asks us to address conflict directly and compassionately rather than avoiding it. By doing so, our community honors both truth and connection. In this way, respect is not passive agreement, but an ongoing practice of mutual care. Through the covenant, Unitarian Universalists affirm that right relations, grounded in respect, are essential to creating a just, loving, and inclusive religious community. So today, COSM is going to give you the opportunity to respectfully engage by participating in our biannual ministerial assessment, which you will find in your email box when you get home today. We will also respectfully provide some paper versions today, at today's congregational discussion, which is happening right in this room at noon today. And you can fill those in right away. We value and respect your input. Now I'll call Brandis back to the lectern.
Now we're going to do something that we all kind of secretly, like maybe, be enticed to want to do occasionally, and that is eavesdrop. We're going to eavesdrop on some conversations that you might hear around the church. So I think there's going to be a slide coming up that has the 4 pillars that we've been talking about. Hopefully the slide will be coming up. Maybe. No slide. Sorry. So those pillars, once again, can we remember what they were? They were participation, commitment, appreciation, and respect. Thank you. Wow, that was great. Okay, so we're going to have 4 little scenarios for you to listen to. And this is going to be an audio-only drama. So audio drama, right? So, and after you, as you listen to this, I'd like you to kind of shout out which pillar you think this is, well, which pillar would help with this conversation. So if we could have scenario number 1.
Hi, I'm here for the grass cutting committee.
Okay, just a minute. Could you sit over there and wait, and I'll be with you later.
Where are the chairs?
Just a minute. I got to finish this. I don't know. We were looking for another member. Who sent you?
It was Mary Lynn.
I wonder why she...
Anybody got an idea which pillar would help? Okay. Scenario 2.
What should we do about the mix-up with
Oh, the mic went off. The line was, what should we do about the mix-up, about the rules,
Take
about
two.
no shoes?
What should we do about the mix-up with the rules about no shoes?
What mix-up? I'm not aware of any confusion. The rules are pretty straightforward.
Unless you consider Lyle's rules. Honestly, he just thinks he invented the rules.
Well, I just want to do the accepted thing.
Maybe you should ask the minister.
How many picked communication? Okay. How many picked something else? Okay, thanks. Okay, the third scenario.
What should we do about this demonstration downtown?
Are you planning to participate?
Well, I signed up.
Oh, yes, I see you said you would bring snacks.
Oh, yeah, well, I found out that my book club has a wine meeting that night, so I don't think I'm coming after all. Oh, real stories.
Participate with trusting, yeah, number one.
Yes. Very good. And scenario number 4.
I just thought I'd drop by and tell you that the grass is all mown now.
That's good. Now I won't have to come in on the weekend and do it.
I was at the church anyway, so I thought I'd just do it.
Okay.
Hey, how about a word of encouragement?
Oh, I don't have to tell her any encouragement. She knows how I feel.
I'd like to thank my fellow COSM members for participating in this service, and especially in the audio drama. That was great. And so we'll move along to our closing words now. Our closing words come today from Andrea Hawkins Camper. Sorry? Oh, your hymn. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we are supposed to sing one of our favorite hymns. Yes. Sorry about that. And so let us stand and we'll sing Spirit of Life. And if you know the parts to Spirit of Life, Ned says you're welcome to sing them. And you can hold hands if you want. Thank you. Thank you, Bernie. Thank you. Sorry, and now we will move to the closing words. May we see all as it is, and may it all be as we see it. May we be the ones to make it as it should be. For if not us, who? And if not now, when? This is answering the cry of justice with the work of peace. This is redeeming the pain of history with the grace of wisdom. This is the work we are called to do, and this is the call we answer now, to be the barrier and the bridge, to be the living embodiment of our principles, to be about the work of building our beloved community, to be a people of intention and a people of conscience. As Michael extinguishes our chalice, you are invited to reach out and take a spark of this light and place a hand gently on your heart. The flame is extinguished, but its light lives on in us. And now our time has come to an end. If you're joining online, connect with others in a separate room hosted on Google Meet. The link is in the chat. Before they depart, let's wave to everyone online and extend one last welcome and farewell. And I'm reminding you that at noon today, we'll have a congregational conversation here in Pennebaker. Please also make sure that you take time to fill out your ministerial assessment. It'll be in your email, in your inbox when you get home today, or on your phone if you check your phone at church. And there will be printed copies of this afternoon's conversation. If you have the time, we encourage you to do it today. For those of us here in person, you can follow Michael to Wickenden Hall for coffee, conversation, and a treat or two. For those that need a moment to decompress, Matthew will soon play us a postlude. You're welcome to stick around and join us in the hall. Thank you for coming, and blessed be